How you doing, ladies and gentlemen? This is Ben Tucker. Today I will be talking about and looking at uh, how insects are being studied, their brain specifically, to better AI. And just let me go ahead and get into this. Ever since I can remember, insects have been around me, part of my life. As I was a kid, growing up, I was always outside playing with insects, picking them up, looking at them, etc. And they've always fascinated me, and I've always wondered what goes on inside their little tiny brains. And you might be wondering, insect brains, really? Wow. Okay, well, but hear me out. When we think about intelligence, we often imagine complex brains like ours. However, insect brains, despite their simplicity, are incredibly efficient in solving problems. They've been around for, well, millions of years, and so have we, but yet have evolved to master tasks that we find remarkably complex. I personally find this very interesting, simply because I tend to overthink a lot of things, and when in reality the answer is sometimes more simple than we tend to think, This being the reason I picked this particular reason, I feel as if I relate to it in many ways, and as humans, we tend to overthink, especially when it comes to problem solving. For example, the ant, for instance, these tiny little creatures can find the shortest path to food, navigate complex environments, and even work together seamlessly in large groups. They achieve all this with the brains that are tiny compared to ours, which is fascinating. Yet they solve problems in ways that we're only just beginning to understand, which is a phenomenon, just insane. Scientists have been studying these small brains to uncover their secrets, to really understand, how they're working, how they're thinking, why they do what they do, and how they do it. One insight is that insect brains use very simple yet highly effective strategies. For example, ants follow pheromone trails to find food. This process, though basic, is incredibly efficient and adaptive. So how does this relate to AI, you might ask? Well, researchers are exploring how these simple strategies can be applied to LLM, basically artificial intelligence, it's just another word for it. Instead of trying to mimic the complexity of the human brain, which is incredibly challenging, by the way, AI systems can take inspiration from the streamlined efficiency of insect brains, which are, as I said before, much more efficient. For instance, algorithms inspired by ants' foraging behavior has already been used to optimize everything from network to logistics. These ant algorithms work by simulating how ants explore and discover the best routes. Similarly studying how bees communicate and make collective decisions can improve machine learning data processing. In essence, insect brains teach us that sometimes less is more. Sometimes overthinking a situation doesn't get you anywhere when the answer is obvious right in front of you. And a lot of times the answer is really not that complex. So simple rules and local interactions can lead to complex and adaptive behaviors. By learning from these tiny yet mighty brains, we might be able to create AI that's not just powerful, but also elegant and efficient and simple. It doesn't have to be so complex like everyone makes it out to be. It can be simple if you want to, if you look at it that way, or if you make it that way. So next time you see an ant or a bee, remember there's a lot more happening in their life in that little tiny brain than meets the eye. And who knows, their secrets might just hold the next leap into LLM, aka artificial intelligence. Thank you once again for listening. This has been Tucker.